welcome to week 37. This week I have a little bit of a, what's the right word? I get a little confused about what I'm doing with my life. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life, and this week we dig a bit deeper into that sort of area of things. We also toned the training down a little bit after last week, which left my legs pretty much buggered. And there's another cyclone building out in the Coral Sea, so that'll make some excitement, not for this week, but certainly for next week. So enjoy this video and make sure you take the next ride. Welcome to my journey. We're going to take this and train it to compete in this. Yes, you heard right. This fat, unfit, middle-aged man is going to compete in the Cairns Ironman triathlon 2024. That's a 3.8k swim, 180k bike ride, and a 42k run. Well, hopefully run. Starting 60 weeks out, you can follow me and see if I've got what it takes to make it all the way. Every week we'll have a new episode, and you can see the highs and lows, all the tears, all the blood, all the sweat, and there'll be lots of sweat. I hope you join me and enjoy this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do. We'll see you soon. Welcome to week 37. So, what am I doing with my life? It's a good question, isn't it? I don't think we ask ourselves this question enough. We tend to get stuck in our own little bubble and we just keep on plugging away until we put our head up and realise we don't know what's going on. So anyway, that's a bit dramatic. I'm doing Castle Hill today, not because it's on my training, but because I just feel like I need the walk and I miss doing it. So I am off up Castle Hill to have a bit of a chat with you and think about life, because you should always be thinking about where you're at and where you want to be and what's going well. I'm a big advocate for having a positive outlook on life, because enough bad things will happen to you. You don't need to go looking for them, but it is inevitable at different times in our life where we just wonder exactly what is going on, what's happening, where am I, who am I, all of that fun stuff. It's Sunday morning. I'm a bit tired, a bit beaten up this week, and now I've got an hour and a half heart rate run to do, so this will be a test of my mental state and my physical state. So this has been a big week, and my coach knew it was going to be a big week, so I'll see how the body handles it. Yay. For me, I'm at that age, near 50, where our youngest is a couple of years away from finishing high school. We've got a business that's doing well. We live a comfortable life. I'm very happy in my marriage and life in general. I guess the crux of it is I don't know where life goes from here. You know, who do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to have? It's, you know, and I realise these are first world problems. I don't have to worry each week about putting food on the table and all of that sort of stuff, which is fantastic. And you know, I hope everyone gets to have these problems, but it still remains that trying to figure out what you want the next 30 years of your life to look like is not really an easy prospect. So part of the reason for me doing the whole Ironman challenge was that I wanted to be in the best physical shape for that next 30 years of my life, which is great. Now that's happening and I'm going to get there. What do I want to do with that 30 years? And this is not a, like, I don't have any ideas. There's lots of things I'd like to do. I love traveling. I love to, I really want to do something to help people. Hopefully my videos help people. So there are things that I want to do. I want to build a house in a really beautiful location. I've already got some ideas on that. So it's not like I'm lacking for ideas. And it's not an existential threat to me. You know, life will go on regardless of what I choose or don't choose. That's the truth of life, is that you can spend a lot of time thinking about life, but it's still happening no matter what you're thinking. So, sorry, I'll try to ramble as little as possible, but the bottom line is when you have choice, you have to make a choice. Otherwise you just let life happen to you. And that's not bad. A lot of people will tell you that you should just live in the moment. And that's a nice theory. But it's an impossible theory, really. Because you can only be in the moment because of choices or no choice. Or choices you didn't make, or choices you made. Otherwise, you know. So it's an oxymoron, I think is the right word. And that's fine. I think you should try to enjoy each moment. I think is more important than living in the moment. Enjoy the fact right now that I am climbing up Castle Hill, because I can, even though it's hot and sticky and wet and probably going to rain on me. Learn how to enjoy those things, because I think it's one of the few choices you really have in life, is the choice to how you feel about things. I find it really hard to get these kind of thoughts out coherently. Sometimes when I'm thinking about them in my head, they make perfect sense, and then I try to put them into words and it doesn't quite come out the same way. But I think at the end of the day, I imagine everyone has these feelings. Pretty sure I'm not that special. So I guess, yeah, it's just one of those times in my life where I'm trying to make everything fit or make sense. I'm not sure the right way to put it, and obviously none of us know what comes next. You know, you could get hit by a bus tomorrow and it could all be over, or you could live another 50 years, who knows. But I think part of life is trying to figure out not only who you are, but what you want to do with your life. We all look for purpose and meaning. And obviously a big part of my life has been our kids. You know, we got 4 great kids, and and that phase is kind of coming to an end. So what do you do next? Who am I next? So, and that's a bit of a transition, as anyone who's been through it will know, but I'm looking forward to it. It's just that some days you wake up and you're really not sure what the next step should be. And I know I keep saying take the next right. You got to think about what the next right is. Try and work it out, weigh it up. And then obviously the universe sometimes just throws things at you that, we're never part of the plan. And that's the fun of being alive, I guess, is you don't always have the answers. So sorry for the philosophical video this week, but it's been one of those kind of weeks for me where we've toned down the training a little bit from last week, because my legs were dead after last week's training. So I've even got Sunday off this week, which will be amazing to have a rest, but more so getting back into the full swing of work and thinking about those kind of aspects of life. It's more, where do I see myself going? What's next? And yeah, it's exciting in one way and scary in another, as with most things in life. So, but I'll keep you informed. Well, I'm interested to test out this recovery ice bath process. We're also going to get a little mini sauna, so interested in the whole process, to be honest. See if it helps with recovery, all of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to fill this up and then I'll go and get some bags of ice and we'll see how long I can stay in the water. Oh yeah, actually, that's pretty cold. It's going to spill over a little. Sorry, Jiggy, I made the veranda wet. It overflowed a little bit.
I thought so.
It's not super cold, but it's very refreshing if you want to try it. Well, we are definitely going to need more bags of ice if we're going to make that to be 5 degrees, which is the recommended temperature, but I actually feel really great after doing that. My headache's even gone from the ride this morning, so we're going to do that 3 times a week. Just on another note, the mozzies are super friendly today. Didn't get rained on, which good and bad. Would have been cooler if I'd have got rained on, because it's steamy AF at the moment. So anyway, I hope this video hits the right spot. I mean, there's a lot of factors for me because I'm in a lucky position to make choices in my life, and even what I do with this YouTube thing after my Ironman, now that that's getting closer and I really feel like I'll be able to do that, I'm wondering what I should do I've got nearly 1,000 subscribers. I know, hitting the big time. Do I want to continue on? I want to do something else. What else would I do after this? What else would be big enough to be a big enough challenge other than doing, like a double Ironman, which thinking about right now is not a pleasant thought. So, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, so, fill my mind up with ideas, and I'm sure we'll figure out the right thing to do next. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I started this YouTube thing basically to keep myself accountable, but kind of has a life of its own now, and it certainly has served its purpose in keeping me honest and making me stay on the right track, thinking about everything I should think about. And I don't plan to stop it, certainly before the end of this journey, but what do I do with it afterwards? I quite enjoy the process. I don't know if I'd want to keep doing one every week, but I don't know if I do enough in normal life to make that exciting. But I think it would be interesting to pick another challenge. So if anyone has any suggestions for after the Ironman, please leave a comment. So some of my ideas for what to do after this Ironman. I know, I can hear you all, don't get ahead of yourself. But that's how my brain works, so have to bear with me. I'm always 5 steps ahead of where I am. Some of my ideas. So, double Ironman. Obviously in Wales there's a double Ironman. My coach Fergus has done that. And I almost said it looked like fun. It didn't look like fun, but it certainly looked like a challenge. And certainly as much a mental challenge as it is a physical one. So that's one option. There's also there's a Scottish Ironman that is notoriously hard because you swim in such cold water and it's windy and horrible. I can't remember the name. And there's another one like that in Norway, I believe, which are still just a regular Ironman distance, but very hard because of the conditions that you have to run, ride and swim in. Other options are things like doing Pacific Crest Trail in America, which is a particularly large hike, 2,500 miles along the Pacific Coast Trail. Maybe doing an Ironman on each continent, obviously except for Antarctica, which doesn't have an Ironman event, strangely enough. Things along those lines. If I go on and continue this journey, I want to find something bigger. Maybe climb the highest, do a mountain on each continent, or I don't know. I love to travel, and I'd like to include that in the next phase if this whole thing keeps moving forward. So any other ideas you have, please let me know. Down on the strand, and it is hot, and we are about to have a little swim. Thanks very much for watching this week. Didn't quite end the week the way that we'd hoped because it was pouring rain this morning. It's Saturday and didn't go for a ride, so just gonna swap my rest day from tomorrow to today, and that should take care of that, provided it's not raining tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you take the next ride.